Hello, welcome. This is episode 14 of the Still Wondering podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Matt.
And we are still wondering again. Every week we wander and wonder, trying to figure it all out. And we had something of an epiphany this week. We found ourselves in a garden centre and we both figured out this was the first time we'd gone, just us two, to a garden centre based on our own free will.
Yeah. It was an interesting experience because I remember being a kid and not wanting to leave the house.
I hated it.
The only reason we'd go, well, this is the only reason I'd go, was because there was either a toy or a sweet, or it was Christmas and there was Santa Claus.
That's true.
For some reason, Santa Claus hung out at garden centres.
He really did. And the one we went to, Scottsdale's in Cambridge, Shelford in Cambridge,
yeah.
They really went to town. There was this little train you boarded. The train didn't go anywhere, but the walls moved.
The walls moved.
To make it look as though you were going to Lapland to see Santa. They really made an effort. Yeah, that was a good reason for going to Scottsdale's. But springtime, we're going to Scottsdale's. I was just like, no, I don't want to go.
It was that, and this Swiss Army knife had a display cabinet that was always cool to look at. Sort of dream of having a knife. As a 7-year-old, 12-year-old, and that was that, and then the sweets at the end. I think there was like a big, you could like fudge and bonbons and all that kind of stuff.
It was the only way we could be bribed. Not that we had a choice, but just to sweeten the deal, Mum and Dad would say,
"Sweeten the deal, right?"
Yeah. Give me some sweets. But why were we there anyway?
Well, I bought this while we were there.
You did.
But the reason we were there is because it was your birthday.
It was.
And you wanted plants.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll buy you some plants.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking hell, Chris, how old are we?
I know.
What do you want for your birthday? It's your birthday, the day you were born. What would you like? I'd like some plants.
And that was after having my arm twisted of what do you want, because I don't know about you, but I really struggle with that. The things I want are, like, I'd love a new bass guitar that costs £1,000, £1,500 or something, but it's not reasonable to ask for that for a birthday. Those kind of, I'm no good when people say, what do you want for a birthday or Christmas or whatever, because I don't know. I think part of getting older is I don't want little things.
No.
So much.
I'm trying to get rid of little things.
Yeah, I'm trying to cleanse my life.
Yeah. I think I have the same issue. I don't really take my birthday that seriously. Like, I don't celebrate it as other people. Oh, let's invite loads of people around, have a drink, or go out. Or it's like, I just don't do that. I don't think that's because I don't want to. I just think that I've never done it, therefore I'm not going to start now. I don't know. Maybe I need someone in my life to make my birthday feel special.
Some people really, really want their birthdays to feel special, don't they? I mean, I personally, I don't. I forget how old I am quite regularly.
Let's go close this window. Keep on talking.
Which might be maybe that's an age-related thing. Where you just start forgetting how old you are. I don't know. I was doing a newspaper, local newspaper for the band stuff, J-Mots in fact. And I told them, this was a few years ago, and I told them I was 35, and that's what they printed. And then it was printed and I shared it on social media, and then a couple of old school friends said, hang on a minute, no you're not. I wasn't. I'd shaved a year off my age completely just because I forgot how old I was.
I put a year on the other day.
Oh, did you?
The week, yeah. Somebody said, how old are you? I said, I'm 33. I'm 32. I turned 33 this year. It's like, it's one of the 30s.
Nearly 33.
Below 5.
33 was a bit of a threshold for me because I remember Dad turning 33. So when I turned 33...
What? You remember Dad turning 33?
I remember Dad turning 33, yeah, when I was younger. Don't know why, I just randomly remember that.
God.
And of course you're like, oh, you're so old when you're little.
33, I mean, you just don't know anything, do you?
And I remember I was also... so how old had I been? Oh, I can't be bothered to work it out. Maybe I was like 5 or 6 or something like that. And it's that kind of an age you start asking your parents questions about life, because I think you become aware of the cycle of life a bit more. And I remember being really young and being really worried about people dying, because you're told very gently that things and people die, but you don't die until you're really, really old. So then you become. That's probably why I remembered them, or remembered him turning 33 at that time, because in my head that still wasn't old, so I didn't need to worry about.
Right.
It's dying. It's so strange. Maybe that's why it stuck in my head. But 33 did seem very, very old. And then when I got to 33, I thought, well, I don't feel very old.
No.
I don't feel like I know anything that I need to know about. I'd have to say 38 now. Have I figured it out? No. I mean, that's why we do this podcast.
This podcast is still us going, not quite sure.
Still haven't figured it out. I definitely know more than I did at 33, I think.
I hope so. Otherwise, the last
I've wasted
5 years of your life, 4 years of your life.
Oh.
Can't even do maths. 4?
4, 8, 7, 20?
20?
3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5 years of your life. 38, aren't you? Yeah, 5 years. Yeah, I mean, imagine being 33 and having 2 children. I guess I was born at some point.
You were born at some point, yeah.
Well, within that period. I mean, yeah. How did you do it, Dad?
You were little.
And
very
Mum.
little. Yeah.
It's incredibly young. I mean, it feels incredibly young. I've got friends my age with kids that are like 7.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's depressing.
Yeah. My godson's just turned 8 and scary. You know, he used to come stay with us when he was, I don't know, 2 or 3-ish. And it really doesn't feel that long ago. Now he's 8 and it's, where's it gone?
Oh. The thing is, I want kids as well. So I'm like, time is a ticking.
You can't say it's not, because obviously it is. But a lot of people do wait a bit longer now, I think.
I think they do, because women in the workplace, they want to have more of a career. And actually, that's a thing. What was I watching the other day? Where is this going? Because I was just about to say something and I'm not quite sure where it was going. It was something about, that was it, a contraceptive pill. Because of the contraceptive pill, it gave women the freedom to then choose whether they wanted to have a career or not. It gave them control over their lives, and it's kind of revolutionised the whole workplace. Interesting. A documentary on Netflix. That was where that was going. Yeah, that was the end of that conversation. So
it did.
So yeah, go women and the pill. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I got.
Yeah. Anyway, plants.
How do we get from there to plants? I don't know. You got me, some really great plants. So I got a big fern for outside, which wasn't expected, but I thought I've got this sort of shady side that needs something. So you got a great big fern for me, thank you. And then I got a plant, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's kind of spindly leaves. And we had a lovely lady in the Sturmer nursery near Haverhill.
Yeah, what did we ask her? We said, what?
How do I not kill this plant?
That's it.
It was along those lines.
And then 3 hours later, she wound up the conversation.
Yes.
I mean, she was clearly passionate about her job.
Yeah.
But I thought, by the end of the conversation, I actually think that she deliberately went on for too long. So we wouldn't ask her another question.
Yeah.
That was my impression. I was like, oh, she's quite smart, because she knows that if we want to ask her another question, then we need to really make that decision.
Yeah.
Do we have 20 minutes to spare?
It's a big investment of time.
Yeah. And we chose not to ask her any more questions.
So it worked.
So it did work.
It did work.
But we got loads of information about different plants, didn't
Well,
we?
we did, yeah. And the thing she was saying is don't overwater them. She said that's the thing everyone does. Just keep overwatering them, because they do it by routine rather than what they need.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, this one was quite dry, and I've just watered it now, and then I've put it on a slant. Brabrantia quite handily have put the ironing slot at the perfect angle for a plant to rest.
Is that the perfect angle for a plant?
That is the perfect angle. If we spin it, actually, 'cause I've just watered it, so we should probably spin it just to allow the other half of the roots to get some liquid.
It's a really nice plant, that one. I did actually get a couple more off.
You got the little ones as well.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Oh yes. Did bedding
Colours.
plants.
There you
They
go.
have different flowers, you know. But, so I put those in. I quite enjoy it. Again, I would never have done it when I was in younger years. Just can't be bothered. But you do want to invest in your garden, so you can look out and go, oh, that looks quite nice, or at least respectable. And you helped me gut it out the other week, didn't you?
Yeah, it was me, you and Mum.
Self and Mum, and that was really good because it did need a good. Mum just knows what's dead and what's not, whereas I'm probably a bit cautious and think, oh, maybe it'll come back.
Yeah.
Even when it's sort of rotting and
I love that.
clearly.
Maybe it'll come back.
Maybe it'll come back. We'll just sort of pat it on the head. It'll revive.
Maybe that's some sort of deep childhood trauma from the divorce. Maybe they'll get back together. Maybe the plants will survive. Maybe I'll be fine.
If I just leave it and watch it, maybe something will happen, yeah.
I'm the same as you. I don't know anything about plants.
Whereas she's just like, dead,
Yeah.
dead, nearly dead, so gone.
Yeah.
Ruthless.
If you lift those up, then that'll kill the bulbs.
Yes.
But I don't know anything about this stuff.
Yeah.
If anything, I've overwatered that one. I think I've left it. I don't know what I'm doing.
It looks alright, then it looks okay.
It looks alright, but the soil seems to have vanished. Like it's now. It's either. I mean, clearly this all hasn't vanished. But in my sleep, I've been eating soil.
Nutrients.
But the plant is clearly grown higher than the soil. or I've been sleeping in soil.
I prefer that. I like that.
I'll keep an eye on the level of this one. If that starts sinking, I need to see someone.
You know you've been eating your soil again. Maybe that one, if the roots are coming through the bottom, it's time to repot it. That's something I learnt from Mum.
Okay, because I'm scared of killing it. Like repotting it. Because if you start taking the roots out and that, then it will shock it and it will go, ooh.
Yeah, I think there's I've successfully repotted plants. They've been okay.
Okay.
Just next size up, just to go really slowly, try and sort of so the roots don't snap.
Okay.
Too much. It can lose a few roots. I don't think it's.
Well, maybe I'll because that means I need to buy a new one of these. It's just never ending.
Oh well,
right?
this is it. This is the. I've got such a mixed match of different pots, and none of it's consistent. There's a lovely one you got for the new plant you got. So I want to get ones that are consistent with that.
Right.
Nice white, kind of fresh looking, grey maybe.
It's like a clinically clean look, wasn't it?
Yeah, nice.
It's nice.
So that's what I'd like to go for. But on Facebook Marketplace, there was somebody very local selling these little Chinese money plants. They're only a couple of quid each.
And money goes on them.
Yeah, that's it. Apparently, they bring prosperity to the owner. So I bought two, just to double my chances. And they got these lovely big wide leaves. And it's only a little thing at the moment, but I think it's just gonna be great. So I've got two of those. So
is that for potting or for outdoors?
They're indoor plants. So if you want one, I'll she's got more.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll Chinese money plant.
Get me 10.
Get me 10. All right, you just have them
everywhere.
You'll be able to see us next time because there'll be plants everywhere. This is. I think you've got to know when to stop with plants as well because I've got quite a few, which is lovely.
You said that like a druggie. You've really got to know when to stop.
You got to know when
plants
because it could get
too much oxygen can be overwhelming in a room.
It could be, yeah. I could be getting giddy on all this plant happiness.
You don't want to wear your hand out from the sprayer.
Yeah,
you're spraying so many plants,
and it's more things that depend on you.
Oh, that's true.
And you end up in a sort of codependent relationship with your plants.
Well, I can't go on holiday because I've got my plants to water.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's just getting too old then, isn't it?
That's a concern, isn't it?
Yeah, I might start buying plastic plants.
They don't have the same effect. But I do think they're lovely. I really like your bonsai tree. I don't know if it's in shop, but you've got this great big bonsai tree in a... That's real, is that real?
Yeah, it's real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you water them like twice a year and then it stays in its own little habitat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Terrarium type thing.
Yes, exactly what it is. Terrarium. There's a little leaflet that tells you how to look after it, and if you get an issue with it, you can send them a message and say, here's my bonsai, what's gone wrong.
Oh, wow.
I think what I need to do, though, is be a bit more ruthless about the clipping. Because the leaves aren't supposed to touch the sides of the glass. So for those that can't see this, I've got a terrarium in like a big dome, which is about 2 foot tall, 3 foot tall. Yeah. It's alright. It works. It works.
Because I've got bonsai, start your own bonsai kit somebody very nicely bought for me. And I've got some of them are, what's the word, sprouting, growing,
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Literally like a tiny little fragile thing. I'm really hoping, so I've got like eight of these nursery pots, and there's probably 3 or 4 sprouts that have come up. So I'm hoping I'll get at least one bonsai tree out of them. Would be really cool. But I presume they take years to grow into trees, actual trees.
Well, I don't quite know how the process works, because I assume either it's a special seed, or you take a seed of an actual tree, then you give it a habitat which is so small that it has to keep itself small. Because if you give a tree, there's a classic saying, if you give a tree an inch, it'll take a mile.
That classic saying.
Yeah,
it's like you put a goldfish in the ground, it will grow to the size of the soil. Same saying. I think it's the same one.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So yeah, if you give a tree an inch, then it will only give you an inch.
And if you throw some milk over your left shoulder, you'll win the lottery.
Yeah.
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 If anyone does know how to look after bonsai trees, please let us know.
Yeah.
Because clearly...
we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
The plants are going to die. They're going to die on us. And I've got an orchid as well. And orchids are beautiful for about 2 weeks, and then they just die. But apparently, if the leaves stay good, it's still alive, even though the stem and the bit.
You're making it sound like it's a
flower,
a hit of chance with an orchid.
It really.
So
is.
it stays there for 2 weeks, and if the leaves stay good, then it's good. Otherwise, it just dies.
Otherwise, it just dies.
There's no connection between you looking after it or watering it. It just, if the leaves are good afterwards, then it's good for another year.
But this is the thing they do. They're awful. They're absolutely beautiful, but they are awful plants to.
Why do people buy? Maybe people buy orchids for other people.
They do.
It's like, it was difficult to look after, so it died. That's why they got rid of it.
I think that's it.
Gives people a license just to throw it immediately out.
Yeah. It's a bit of a posh present. Instead of a plant that's going to survive and bring you joy over and over again, it's like, here's a plant that's going to die very quickly.
Yeah.
And you might try and save it for a long time. It's like giving somebody a challenge, isn't it? It's that kind of present. It's like somebody that buys another person a puzzle.
I currently like you, therefore my like for you will be a reminder to you for the next 3 weeks.
You try and maintain.
Beyond that, you have to try and maintain this relationship. Otherwise, it will die, just like the orchid.
Yeah. That's right.
Maybe that's it then.
So please don't buy me an orchid if you can help it.
No, I'm not going to buy it. What do you buy people? Alcohol?
Yeah.
That's an easy one. Alcohol, chocolates, I don't know. I just try and find out what people actually want.
Yeah.
And then go do that.
It's tricky. And you can fall into the habit of always buying them the same sorts of thing because you know they like it. But for some people, they're quite happy. Like, yeah, thanks. I like that. I will drink it or use it or eat it.
Yeah. Go straight in the bin or in the presents for next thing pile.
Because when you try and get creative and then you see them, they go, oh, thank you, but you try to be creative. It's actually something they don't want.
Yeah, one of our uncles had pig-themed stuff, and that was just by chance. People just started buying the pig stuff, and he happened to have more than one pig thing, so people continually bought pig things. It's like, I have no...
And did he like pig things?
No.
No
relevance. Just people started, and therefore it's like, oh, I found a pig thing, therefore I'll get that for them.
Yeah.
I mean, if people started buying me like playing cards all the time, I'd get so fed up. It's like,
yeah, that's it. I think I bought you playing cards once, but I deliberately. And when I've been abroad with people, they said, "Oh, there's some playing cards. Get them from Matt." And I know he doesn't want 10,000 packs of playing cards just because I've been somewhere. He doesn't want a pack of playing cards about it.
Yeah. Whereas some people do want that.
Yeah.
Get me a teaspoon because I collect teaspoons.
Exactly.
But I never understood that. If you're going somewhere on holiday and then you buy like a teaspoon from, I don't know, Switzerland, and you've never been to Switzerland, then why would you want that teaspoon?
I completely agree. Yeah.
Because you haven't been there.
It's like people buy you fridge magnets from places they've been.
That makes no sense.
For me, no.
I bought you this fridge magnet from a place that I've been. You haven't been there. But I have.
But I haven't.
I want to remind you that I've been there when you come around for a cup of tea.
Yeah, every day when you go to make a cup of tea. Yeah. Be a reminder of a place you haven't been.
Because either you've got children or you can't afford it. Or you're looking after plants.
Yeah, that's right. You can't leave your plants for a few days.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we buy fridge magnets or accept fridge magnets from other people, is because our lives don't allow us to go to places anymore.
God. Yeah, I think I want to be the sort of person that can accept a gift and then immediately throw it out or give it to a charity shop. Because there's that period of time, isn't there, where you're sort of waiting. Like, what's the appropriate amount of time to keep a thing when someone bought you a thing? And the appropriate amount of time is just immediately after receiving it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't want the thing, then why are you keeping it?
Yes, yeah, you're sort of validating the sentiment of it by keeping it.
Yeah.
But you needn't. The sentiment is in the, oh, look, I got you this. You go, oh, lovely, thank you very much.
Huh, right away.
That's the sentiment bit done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a love language, isn't it? Receiving and giving gifts.
It is. I've read a little bit about this, receiving and giving gifts.
So giving gifts, words of affirmation, touch, get quality time.
That's it. That's 4, isn't it?
It's 5.
Oh, is there?
Gift giving, touch, quality time, words of affirmation.
I thought there were 4.
It's 5. Gift giving.
Shagging?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, what is it? That's going to bother me now. Anyway, there's 5. One of them's gift giving. Gift giving is not a love language of mine. Buy something for me, like, oh, that's nice, thanks.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have any impact in any way.
Yeah,
that way.
I would say it's my lowest one. And when I did an online, one of these online things, you answer questions, it tells you. Yeah, gift giving was my lowest one. I quite like it but small gestures. So if somebody's gone away and they bring me back some chocolate or something, just a small gesture, lovely, thank you. And I like to do the same. I like to get somebody for something, but I don't come back with bagfuls of stuff for people. It's literally
acts of service. That's the 5th one.
Acts of service. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's all right. Yeah. Which I've found actually, funny you mention acts of service, is something I would not think was something I enjoyed doing, but I think I do quite predominantly. Actually, I think I like to do. Don't worry, I'll do that. As a way of.
I'll take that weight off your shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
But
I think acts of service and gift giving are probably lower down. Although there are some things that I say, I don't know, it's conflating with problem solving. I think when I did one of those quizzes, it was touch and words of affirmation were high up on my list. Gift giving was probably lower down. Quality time is probably somewhere in the middle. It's neither kind of here nor there for me. It depends what's happening within that quality time. Whether just sitting in a room quiet, I don't know.
Quality time's great, but I mean, for me, that's mixed with affection.
Yeah.
And the two can be intertwined because you're sat there watching telly.
Depends what you're doing.
Nested up, and of course, that's lovely. Is it the quality time or the affection? Because would it feel the same if you sat the other side of the room from each other?
Exactly.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. The words of affirmation is an interesting one because that can translate quite easily as being needy, like you need to be told that you're good at something, or you need to be told. I think we have to be honest with ourselves and say actually we do need that to an extent.
I like the reassurance. I think I've figured out that I'm a bit of a sucker for getting reassurance that I'm either doing something right or just basically being recognised and sort of having the okay, I'm on the right track here. Without that, I think I'd feel a little bit like having a argument. I don't want to dwell in the argument. I want to solve it and get over it very quickly. Whereas if someone was to sit and sulk, or someone was to like stay in that state for a long period of time, it kills me inside. Like I can't rest. So yeah, I think I need that. So words of affirmation is quite high on my list.
Yeah, I think it's somebody said that to me actually a while ago. Oh, words of affirmation I think is probably your number one. It's before I even knew about this love languages thing.
Oh really?
I didn't know about it as a concept. And they said, oh, it seems to be words of affirmations. And I thought, what does that mean? And then of course I read it. I thought, is that I'm coming across? I got a bit paranoid about it.
You need someone to say it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, exactly. Damn it. So yeah, actually, the more I think about it, the more I do think, yeah, I probably do need a bit of that reassurance and everything's okay, and yeah, nice things to be say, and I like to say them as well. But other people, some people just don't know how to deal with the words of affirmation. They're too bashful or don't see the value in it in the way they see it. But it's been really interesting to learn about that, and how it's probably quite important to have an understanding of potential romantic interest, what their love languages are.
Yeah.
So that you know how they're kind of what's going to tick.
How they tick.
Yeah, they're going to tick.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
I think there's also something to do with, because we're quite good at being social chameleons. We kind of can adapt to fit a situation to try and help somebody, either a situation feel comfortable for others or sort of people pleasing to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I think words of affirmation is directly linked to that, because we're essentially going, okay, I'm going to mould to your comfortable setting.
Yeah.
Because then that affirms my inclusion within this group of people or with this person. So I'm being more aware of that and sort of going, actually, is that healthy to be like too tipped that way?
Yeah. And that's when you can get to a point where if you continuously do that, and particularly in a relationship context, I think that's when you get to a point of sacrificing your own needs and wants and desires, and stepping over a boundary from compromise, which is something we all have to do to get along with other people, into kind of sacrifice territory. So compromise, yes. Sacrifice, no, is a mantra I've been channeling.
That's good. I think I'm trying to see if. I think it depends on the way. That's scenario specific for me, I think. Because I could be quite stubborn sometimes and sort of go, no, I want to do my thing.
I think you're quite good with boundaries.
Do my thing.
You know, you say I want to do this, but
sometimes I can.
You can be. Yeah, I think
I can flip flop either side. If I hit a certain point, then it's like, no, I'm doing my thing because I want to do my thing.
Yes. Yeah.
But I'm more aware of it now, and I'm trying to sort of hit the more compromisey level of life. I'm just getting slightly better at.
Yeah.
I've got less time for people now as I've gotten older. If there's a scenario or someone that's just annoying me, or I have a conversation which is just a little bit, didn't feel good after that conversation, then I'll either just make that clear, or just detach myself from that person or that situation, just because it's easier and less hassle. And I think if somebody were to question why, then I'll give them an honest answer.
Yeah.
If they probed me and sort of said, why that? I'd say, well, because this.
Yeah.
Life's easier doing that rather than trying to go round and round in circles.
Absolutely. You end up kind of making friends with like people that actually can be draining and toxic. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know I've fallen into that trap before, and then you think, there's this some sort of level of obligation that you kind of see each other every so often, and but actually you don't enjoy it, and I could probably still be better at that and fine tune it in a way that you have, I think. Yeah, over time.
Oh.
Bloody hell, this went deep.
It did, didn't it? It's good though.
We're talking about garden centres.
Garden centres, contraceptive pill, and then into love languages.
We've done.
There we go.
We've gone on a real adventure.
Yeah.
Podcast adventure today.
We've gone through the jungle.
Through the
jungle.
Swatted some flies.
There we go.
Seen some snakes.
What?
I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's leave it there.
Let's leave it there.
I hope you've enjoyed our adventure today. And if you've got any questions, comments, or anything at all, you can email us at q@stillwandering.com. That's wandering with an A, not an O. q@stillwandering.com. Please do get in touch tell us whatever you want.
We'll make comments about
it. Yeah. It might be you prefer a smoother ending to a podcast, for example, than the one I'm delivering right now.
Maybe that's some feedback. Or maybe you like this.
Maybe you love it.
And we should make it even more...
shitter.
Rough. Just thinking the opposite to smooth.
Yeah, and awkward.
And awkward.
Yeah, you're not quite knowing when it's going to end.
No. But it will.
But it will at some point.
But they don't know when.
They don't know when. Exactly. So, you got any feedback about that? Do.
And the words you write, we'll read out.
Yeah. All you got to do is email them. q@stillwandering.com.
That's one with an A.
Not know.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So I don't know how long we keep that up. It's good fun.
Wondering how long you're going to keep it up.
Hey! Oh, another one for the Rick Mel fan club.